on the idea that some months you're going to be able to join, some months you won't, and you'll catch us when you can. So glad, pardon me, I just choked. Glad that everybody was able to join us today. So with no further ado, I will turn it over to Christine, who's going to talk a little bit about our upcoming virtual ALDE annual meeting.
Thank you, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see so many smiling faces, so many familiar faces. Wonderful. Appreciate your time today. And yes, we are having a virtual annual meeting. So we appreciate your willingness to go onto Zoom one more time and join us for that meeting. But it is on Tuesday, May 25th at 1 o'clock Central. So we're shifting from our breakfast time frame to early afternoon. And we will look forward to sharing some updates on the state of your robust association, ALDE, and as well as inviting you to participate in helping us to elect some new board members. Some of us are rotating off this June. So really appreciate your assistance in that area. We'll conduct some other official business as well. And very sorry, of course, as we all are for everything these days, that we can't be meeting in person, but really appreciate your willingness to dial in and hear some updates on what's been going on. There's a lot of activity, a lot of movement, a lot of interesting, fun things to share about our future. So we look forward to that. And with this, I will pass it along to Dave first.
Hey, everybody. I just am here to remind all of us that we have awards, even in the midst of a pandemic. And, as we talked about this as a board, man, if there ever was a time for awards, it's right now. And a lot of people are doing some really amazing work that needs to be recognized. There's some award winners on this call. In fact, I think Brenda Moore has won all the awards. So, you can't nominate Brenda. You're out of awards you can win.
It's my life's mission to eventually have the courage to submit something for the Creativity Award.
Oh, well, there you go. All right. It's a challenge for yourself there. So anyway, alde.org/awards. This is a place you need to go to get all the specifics about the different areas you can nominate your colleagues for. And those will be due on May 21st. So nominate away. And then I am passing it over to Lori. I fumbled.
Me, Stephanie.
Stephanie, you're up.
I'm up. Okay, so we have been talking about the membership structure. Sorry for not looking at you guys. I'm keeping my eyes on the road and on my notes. But we've been looking at the membership structure. So I don't know if you guys are aware, or maybe I wish I could see the chat, but throw out a couple of guesses of how many different levels of memberships we have right now. Anyone?
2.
18. That's close. So I don't even know actually how many we have. We have way more than 2. So what we did is that Brian, Gavin, myself, and David Friesen and Lori worked together and John tried to condense all of the memberships that we have. So this is what we are using moving forward with a little bit of flex in there still. So we are still going to have the student rate, which, does anyone know how much the student rate is? I can't read the chat. Someone has to read it for me. So the student rate currently is 0. So we're going to keep that rate. We are going to elevate and add to our in transition membership level. And we did this for people who primarily, we're thinking about our people who lost their jobs during COVID, who still want to be part of ALDE, who still want access to the full membership. So we are, and then this is the introductory level as well. So the younger professional, I guess, right? I don't know how we're going to qualify this introductory level, but this is going to be $120. So we thought that could be, it's $10 a month, right? So completely a realistic monthly charge to have access to our group, right? So that's what we're having for this level. Then our full, oh, I guess those aren't full memberships. Maybe that's the problem. Well, I guess we have to talk about what comes with each membership level. And then the full membership, the single member is $250, which is not a change. And then we're modifying what the collaborative partner structure looks like. So it's gonna cost more per member for the fewer amount of people that you have, right? So I'm glancing at my notes. So if you have 3 to 5 members at that level, it's gonna be 220. If you have 6 to 9 members at that level, it's gonna be 210. And if you have 10 or more members in that collaborative partnership organizational membership, that's gonna be $200. So that's sort of to kind of encourage people to bring in that third person. We're kind of thinking that by rewarding you at 3 with a slightly lower membership, that third person who you might be on the fringe of bringing into ALDE, it'll be easier to include that third person. And then our retired members are currently going to stay at, does anyone know how much the retired members pay?
Nope.
No. Bueller. They pay nothing. So we're gonna continue to honor that right now. They you know, we stand on their shoulders, like Mike said, you know, we stand on their shoulders. Those people who started this organization, we want to pay, you know, respect to them. So we're going to keep their membership at 0, but we are going to probably implement some sort of suggested donation for them if they are going to attend the conference. So I think I covered it all, right, Lori?
Yes, you
That's all I
did.
have.
Yeah.
And now I'm handing it off to
Amy.
Amy, see?
Stephanie,
I know what I'm doing.
you're making me nervous driving
I was gonna say-
and reading and talking.
I'm
I'm-
sorry.
I'm-
Every
I'm-
time you looked at your paper, Stephanie, I'm like holding my breath just a little
like
bit.
a
I'm
big
gonna be
sister.
You
honest.
guys have no idea what I can do in my car, so I'll just leave it at that.
And she's driving in New York on the LIE. She's not just driving on a road. It's the LIE. Yeah,
Jane, I'm like, I feel like her sister. I'm just saying.
I know. I said, are you doing that call in the car? She said, yeah. I'm like, okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Stephanie. So I get the honor of talking about Ignite. And as you know, it'll be in beautiful Milwaukee, Wisconsin in February 22nd to 25th, 2022. But I'm going to talk about registration. So Ignite 2022 registration opens on May 26th of this year. It's the day after the annual meeting. Easy to remember. And we actually have not 1, not 2, but 3 different rates. So we have super early bird, and regular. You know, at ALDE, we just don't do things regular. We do it super. So the super early bird rate is until August 16th of 2021, and that will be $550. The early bird rate goes from August 17th to November 15th, and that will be $650. And then the regular rate after November 15th will be $750. So super early bird is $550 up until August 16th. Early bird is $650 from August 17th to November 15th. And the regular rate is after November 15th at $750. So if you're able to register early, I mean, you can save $200. That's pretty awesome for the super rate. All right, I had to because it's super. It's happy hour, right? I can be a little dorky. Also, curriculum suggestions for Ignite 2022. Please think about any suggestions you have for curriculum when you see an email from ALDE asking for them. Our curriculum chair, Ashley Weehee, which by the way, best name ever, Weehee, will be eager to hear from you. And please, nothing is too big, too small. She would love anything. So we hope we see you all at Ignite in Milwaukee. And Lori, over to you.
Great. Thank you, Amy. You're a tough act to follow, but I'll do my best. So thanks everyone for being here and joining us today. I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the ALDE board's priorities, which is expanding the network, and share with you an update regarding partnering that we're in the midst of planning and developing that we perceive is really exciting. So 6 years ago, I believe it was in Jacksonville, Florida, at the very first ALDE conference that I attended as an exhibitor, there was a lot of discussion and conversation about a potential name change, expanding the network, welcoming others who care about excellence in Christian philanthropy to the table. And so that commitment was made many years ago. What we realize, though, is that we're trying to circle around how to look more intentionally to create and establish those relationships. So many of you may know that the National Catholic Development Council, they actually ceased to exist as an entity similar to ALDE in May of 2019. So it was 5 months into my tenure with ALDE. And they were in a position in which they decided, in order to remain viable and be active and connected, that they would join the Nonprofit Alliance, which is an umbrella organization in which the Catholic Development Council found a home. And I've been in correspondence with Sister Georgette, with Sister Kathleen, about what is happening in their world, in their arena. And they were fully anticipating that they would convene in April of 2020 in Boston. That was to be their first chance to get together since the new structure developed. And unfortunately, that conference was canceled. And so after a few additional conversations, and Dave and I recently had a conversation with Shannon McCracken at the Nonprofit Alliance and her program director, Abby, we talked about what it would look like if ALDE welcomed them to attend Ignite 2022 in Milwaukee. And so we're really pleased that they are interested. They are very excited about convening and seeing each other once again. And we expect, hopefully, to welcome 60 to 80 Catholic development professionals to our Ignite conference in Milwaukee. So I share that with you with hope and with promise and with excitement and enthusiasm. We had a 2-hour Zoom meeting this morning to talk a little bit more about how that's all going to work out. But I look forward to the days ahead and to continued conversations with other organizations who may decide to align and work with us. And we may all find strength and hope in that together. So great news to pass along, and thank you all for your support in that endeavor. And with that, Mike, I'll turn it back over to you.
Great, thank you all. Thank you for your leadership, both staff and board. We're lucky to have all of you at the helm, and exciting things in the works for ALDE. Hope to see everybody in Milwaukee next February, 10 months from now, for the conference. I think what we'll do now is I'll ask John and Lori to break us into small groups, and maybe 3 or 4 people per group. And this is your time, sort of free form to just chat. I would encourage you to do a quick round of introductions if you don't know everybody, or even if you do know everybody in your group. Do a quick round of introductions and talk about what's been going well for you, what's been challenging for you, not even in the last year, but maybe just in the last couple of months. And because we've all been challenged by the last year, let's be honest about it. And we'll do that for maybe 20, 25 minutes or so. I know that this is a pretty shy group, so you'll probably have a difficult time filling that time, but do your best. And then we'll come back together and for a quick wrap up and send us off into the weekend.